to JoeyBerry's Adepticon journey. This is day 3 now, so we're going to talk about the Saturday, which was my busiest day of like interviews and clips and stuff. And I even played a Malifaux game in the evening with Miranda. So yesterday's clip I left you with, we went out with Blue Table Painting for dinner. I told a horrific food poisoning story, so if you're interested in that one, go to the previous video in the playlist. And today is the Saturday, so I wake up and Miranda is there today. It's still in the room, and we wake up kinda late because we both, I guess, went out in the evening and stuff like that, and she had her tournament which went on till 3 AM, and I assume she stayed on a little bit later. So we're a bit tired and stuff, but we have a little bit of an interview. It is Saturday, day 2, I don't know, it's been a while. I've just had a swim, half a swim. That's not true, is it? What did we do? We hot tubbed. We tubbed it. It's fun. Do you want to meet Miranda? She is my roomie. So hello.
Hi.
How's your experience been?
It's been cool. There's this crazy girl rooming with me. I don't know what to do with her, but it's been an experience.
We've been primarily hanging out with me, Michelle, Chung, Les, Bill, Terrainaholic's going to be here today. Van and his awesome beard. We went out with the Blue Table Painting guys while you were doing a War Machine tournament. How did you do?
I went 2 and 2, so I got into the losers bracket, but I still won half the game, so I'm pretty happy with that for my first national tournament.
Yeah, you did really well, and I bought Miranda chocolates.
Which were totally used as a distraction during the game.
Indeed.
In addition to copious amounts of alcohol.
I might have been slightly drunk when I snuck up on Miranda and was just like, "Here's chocolates for you. Hope you like them." And she was like, "Yeah.
Death clock, for those of you who know.
Now, as I've just said, we went into the swimming area, which was downstairs on, I think, the 2nd floor, and we were like, right, let's go do some exercise, make use of the gym. We didn't. We just went into the pool. Or rather, I went into the pool for a little bit, and Miranda was like, "This is cold. I don't like it." But as we swam through the pool, we noticed there was like a jacuzzi, like hot tub thing, in the corner. We were like, "Yes, let's go in there," and it was awesome. So we're having a chat, and so we sat in there for about 45 minutes, and then we saw Shannon on her lonesome come into the pool, like into the swim area, and she was like, "Oh, hey guys," and sat with us. So there's me, Shannon, and Miranda, and obviously, sadly, I don't have any footage of said jacuzzi situation, but that happened. That was a thing that happened in Adepticon. It was awesome. So we had a girly morning and a fun chat, and we tried to get Michelle down, but I think she was busy with some of her like crystal brush stuff. So we didn't have like the full ladies in there, but we did have the 3 of us. So we get ready and stuff, get ourselves done up for the day, and I'm starting to do videos and stuff with Jay, Eric and Mario for both mine and Chung's channel, because he's stuck in the booth, in the Badger booth, pretty much most of the day. You know, we're discussing stuff and I walk around the vendor hall, so there's quite a few collections of interviews. So if you want to see some of the interviews that I had done, I'm going to put them all in a block so you can see what happened and who I interviewed. Hello, welcome to Warhammer Joey. I'm in Chicago in Adepticon 2013. I am on day number 2 of being here, and I'm absolutely not tired or jet lagged. But I did just have a McDonald's and it was a glorious moment. So today we're going to do a tour of what Adepticon has to offer. This is the main lobby area of the Westin Lombard Hotel. I've got Michelle, who's doing like behind the scenes, kind of behind Eric and Mario there. So we're going to go down to the 40k hall. We're going to go down to the vendors. We're going to freak some people out with this ridiculous setup that I've got going on. And it's just going to generally be a fun day, and we're going to try snag some interviews. So shall we walk?
Right, so we've got the privateer press hall over here where we've been seeing Miranda do some Wargamma Go kind of stuff. She played in a tournament yesterday where she won 2 and she lost 2, but that went on till like 4 in the morning. We've got some tables over here, and our vendor hall is this way.
That was the last reading. Sorry.
We're in the vendor.
Joey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So tell me a little bit about what you've got going on here today.
Well, Wargamma is my miniatures line, and basically I make as much different stuff as I can, different types of figures, monstrous figures and others, some bases and some terrain.
So are they just basically alternate miniatures that can be used in any kind of game system?
Yeah, I encourage people to use them in whatever system they find suitable.
Okay.
It's, I just try to make things as versatile as possible. Put different modular part options on them where possible that they can include or not.
Have you done anything new for Adepticon? Are you bringing anything new out today?
Yeah, I sure did. I've got a pre-order preview of the linked barricade sets. They're done in 6 different styles. So basically, they'd be good as a barricade for your armies to stop advancing troops and partial cover.
The Oak Lord has to be my favourite thing I've ever seen.
Well, thank you.
I love it. I'm a Wood Elf player, so I'm quite a tree fan.
Oh, okay.
And I saw this yesterday when I was walking around, and I was just like, oh.
I can turn them around for you.
Oh, he's got mushrooms on him and everything. That's really beautiful.
This was painted by my good friend Robert Martin Jr.
It's amazing. So this is
Thank
my
you so much.
favourite. What is your favourite?
My favorite? Well, I think the one I probably put the most maybe effort into lately is the giant, the brutal giant champion.
It's awesome.
And it's basically a giant that's sort of rotting, falling apart, but he's still got a little fight left in him, I guess. And she's got a gilded metal dragon skull for a shoulder pad, and you can stick optional severed heads on his body. You can put him with the mace or the sword.
I love the sword. I love it. So I'm looking to get some bases for some Malifaux.
And now Malifaux uses the roundlet bases. So this is one that I call this one Lost Soul. I call this one Tortured Lands.
Yep.
It basically looks like a sort of rotting hellscape. And then there's I call these. This one is called Lost Souls. So basically, it's like a dried riverbed with land of the dead with souls kind of pressing out of the earth. And they've got generic I call that Winter War. It's just a generic can be painted snowy, or some people choose to paint it as desert or even a beach.
So that's kind of like your template base, which you can kind of do your own thing on.
Yeah.
I love this. I love it. I think that's genius.
Thank you.
And even for some stuff that I've been looking at doing a bit of a showpiece miniature, that would in fantasy require a square base, but as I wouldn't be using to play, I could kind of go a bit creative with it.
Great. Yeah, we have plans to bring the different. Well, first of all, there'll be different base styles. A lot more coming soon. More industrial stuff, some kind of fantasy stuff, Gothic ruins and things, and we're gonna also do them in square base styles as well.
Excellent.
So,
well, it's been lovely chatting with you.
thank you.
Where can we find you?
I'm at www.wargamma.com. That's WARGAMMA.com.
Excellent. So there we go. Thanks for chatting with me today.
Thank you.
Hi, Shannon.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I am great.
Are you though?
I can't breathe really
Right.
well, so it's a little bit uncomfortable. Bending over is a chore, but I look great. So,
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Just in every way.
So we have this lady that makes these costumes for us, and she's phenomenal. Her name's Damsel in This Dress. Yeah.
Is it?
Isn't it great?
That's awesome.
That's great. And she just made all of this up. Tara's got a costume going on too. So.
Yes,
Yeah.
she does. She's looking awesome. We'll get a picture of her in a minute.
Yeah.
Whether she wants it or not. Done. So, you guys are doing Valhalla.
We are. That you're coming out too. So excited. Now that I've met you too, I'm way more excited. I'm like, I can hang out with you again. This is
In
awesome.
the hot tub, which we did this morning.
Yes.
And that was fun because
Yeah.
we were a little bit disorientated after a bit of a heavy night.
Yeah, it was a long night.
Mm.
Many consumptions of drinks.
Indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I introduced you to a flaming Dr. Pepper. You're welcome.
You did, yeah. Tara is in love with you because of that. She's like, a Dr. Pepper drink.
I know.
Yeah, awesome.
That's awesome. So, I was
Yeah.
hanging out with the Blue Table Painting ladies. We had a meal. We were talking wargaming Valhalla. And I think we're all very excited to be getting stuff done.
Yeah, we're really excited. We have a lot of people coming out too when you're coming out. Wargamer Girl, I met her
Yep,
today, and
yep.
that's going to be exciting. She's awesome. So, yeah,
So what
really
is your
excited.
plans for this weekend, for the remainder?
Well, I wanted to go into Chicago. I don't know if that's going to happen because everything's
We'll go.
flooded there,
We can sneak out. I was going to
Yeah.
go a little bit later.
So that's the plan too. Yeah, so let's go check out Chicago.
How's Blue Table Painting doing in the vendor hall?
Really, really good actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's awesome. Met a lot of really cool people. We're
Yeah,
actually taking
nice.
on-site orders too. Like people are just
you?
giving us their stuff and we're taking it back and gonna paint it.
That's wicked.
Yeah, so it works
What
out really
good
well.
news. Yeah, well, I'll let you get back to your booth, and then
Awesome.
we're going to just
Yeah, we'll go
harass
back everybody
everyone.
else.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So your name is Austin?
Yes, it is.
And you have a lovely mustache.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
tell me a little bit about Rush for Hire.
Rush for Hire is a company that we started about a year ago, and basically just trying to break into the commission painting service industry. There's a lot of other really big players out there, and trying to contend with all of the difficulties of actually pulling this thing off. There's so much demand out there, but trying to keep quality up, it's a rough thing to do. Absolutely amazing. We love all the work that we get to do, and we love wargaming. So that's number one on our. Wow, I'm really stumbling here.
Stumbling, not at all. So do you paint the things yourself? Are you a
Yes,
painter?
I am the lead painter and owner of the company.
So what do you love to paint the most? What is your favourite thing to do?
I love armor. Armor
Armor.
is big tanks,
Yep.
big vehicles, anything that's got big flat areas that I can airbrush. I love it.
So airbrushing's your kind of thing?
It is.
So I'm going to be starting to do airbrushing. Any advice for me? Because I've never done it before.
Okay, number one, don't start with a terrible brush. A lot of people
Yep.
start with
Solid.
just a crummy brush, and they just swear off of it right off the bat and say, this is terrible, it's not for me. Start out with a good brush.
Yep.
Be prepared to completely mess up your paint. to begin with. You're going to put in paint, you're going to be like, oh, it's just spattering out of here.
That's not scary at all.
Okay.
That's excellent. I should be doing pretty well then.
And just take your time. Start with big models. Big models are easier because you got a lot of space to work in. So they're more intimidating with a brush, but with an airbrush, big areas are great. So.
Yeah, that's something I'm looking into because I'm starting 40k, and I've got a Doom side that I just keep looking at. Like, no, I won't tackle you. I don't want to do it.
Doom sites are going to be so easy now. Like all of those really great big flat areas, and even the ones that are just encrusted with detail, you can get all kinds of really great shadows really quickly with an airbrush. Just doing multiple layers of color from different angles, you can get shadows really fast.
Well, that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to doing. So, what are you doing here? Are you just promoting yourself?
Promoting our company. We're also running a Kickstarter right now. We're doing a Kickstarter for a new series of laser cut barricades and terrain and some tokens too.
How long is it running for? How much longer?
About 27 days. So we just started, like, the first day of the con was the first day of the Kickstarter. So.
Wow. How's it going so far?
Pretty well, actually. I think we're up to a little over a third of the way to our goal. So
that's amazing. You only started a few days ago.
Yeah.
There's someone behind you.
Hey, Sean.
Hey guys, how's it going? Oh, I'm getting in the love.
Group hugs with
I'm a Sean sandwich, and I'm the meat.
Sandwich.
Yes, that's right. Hello.
So you've just hijacked your interview, so we're just gonna transfer to you as
we're gonna roll.
Three-way.
Yep.
Not that way.
Gotta be. Yeah, that would be the bad kind. Okay, so what's next?
I don't know, but yesterday was our first introduction, and we had a meal. We had quite a tender evening, didn't we? We had a meal together. With
Oh my
lady.
gosh! Are you kidding me?
We had some wine.
That was like some kind of afterlife.
It was.
You know,
it was amazing.
VIPs. That was fantastic.
And so, how are you guys doing with your stall?
Oh, we're doing fantastic.
You are?
We're princes of the universe. Okay, I guess I'm out.
You're out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, done.
No, it's the thing. Okay, I'm going to give you guys permission to get back to what you were doing.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Sean.
Please proceed.
Excellent. So yes, now we are back to our alone time. Your Kickstarter is still going on for 27 more days, and you're already a third.
Yeah, we're already a third of the way. Our goal is really, it's pretty low. It's $9,000, and it's essentially just enough to get us up to a better laser.
What's your favorite perk that you've got going on?
Favorite perk? Well, my favorite perk, I would say. It's always got to be the top one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's $1,000, but we basically take all of your designs and say, okay, we're going to incorporate these. We're going to make you a custom set of barricades and bunkers and things. So it's all your design, and just to have something that the client can say, okay, I helped design all of this stuff, and we're putting their name on all the packaging, saying made possible in a large part by.
Oh, that's amazing.
Throwing in a whole bunch of the measuring templates that we've designed, and some tokens and all kinds of other goodies. So.
That's awesome. That sounds really good. Well, I won't keep you all day.
Okay.
But if there's anything, where can we find you? Brushforhire.com.
Yeah, brushforhire.com.
Excellent. And the Kickstarter links I'll put somewhere in the video so people can go to.
It's if you just go to brushforhire.com/Kickstarter, there's a landing page on our site that'll take you to the Kickstarter page.
Awesome. Well, have a great day and good luck with the rest of your Adepticon.
Thank you very much. It was lovely to meet you.
Thank you. Okay, we've got Michelle, aka Miguel, and Mario from Voices of Mars and Oasis Rising. So you guys have entered the Crystal Brush.
Yes.
Yep. I am not obviously familiar with the ins and outs of a painting competition. Tell me how it works. Come on, how does it go?
So there's lots of different categories. You have your big categories of sci-fi, fantasy, steampunk are one category, and historical. Okay. And then within those categories, you have single miniature, monster, or vehicle, and squad. And is it diorama part of it?
There's diorama. There's also sculpting. There's young blood, basically. Well, I think they call it young ones or something like that.
That's kind of an overall.
Yeah, like
thing.
you have to be just 14 and under.
Yeah.
Okay. So what have you guys entered?
I have a Wood Elf Spellsinger.
So yours is here.
Yep. And the
here.
Seaguard Command Group.
Yeah. And then you've got the eagle, which is over here.
High Elf, or the Hobbit Eagle.
It's awesome. And how many hours would you say you've spent doing this?
An embarrassing amount.
An embarrassing amount. Like, all right, let's go on a time frame of a couple of weeks.
If I were to do 8-hour days, it would have been probably a month.
Good lord.
Maybe.
Which was the longest or hardest?
The banner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Wow, that's amazing. Oh. So, are you hopeful? Are you feeling hopeful?
I'm hopeful that I won't get last.
You won't get last? That's,
Yeah.
say that's pretty optimistic.
I think if we can make first cut, that's already good. Because supposedly, when the tray is getting full,
They'll cut people?
they're going to start cutting people. Supposedly.
Okay, so what have you been doing?
I've entered 3 categories with 4 models.
Right.
One, that's actually a Van Hammer model. Van made it and then I painted.
Okay.
The Lollipop Girls are there for Fantasy Squad and Fantasy Single. I also did Johan for Fantasy Single, and he's my last entry. I got bored the day before the flight, and I just started painting. It came out better than my other entry, so I'm like, I'm gonna turn him instead.
Yeah.
But what Michelle said about painting a month full, like hour-wise, she's gonna make me look like a jerk because I did this guy in one sitting. I am sorry, but these girls, the basis took longer than the model.
Right.
3 days on the basis because I just couldn't get the colors that I wanted.
So, what's been the hardest thing for you to paint? Like, I can see you've got fishnets, you've got like you've got knee detail, which I commented on earlier. You've done impressive knee work, sir.
Airbrushed them.
Right, so that's why it's a little faster.
It is, yeah, but it's only for base coating.
Yeah, see?
Like the power sword, obviously, you can only get the effect from airbrushing.
Oh, you can do that with a brush.
It's really hard. So I mean, I wanted to do it efficient way, right? But mostly anything that you see is kind of flat as airbrush. Him is just the cape and the cloak. That's actually airbrush.
Okay, the rest is just brush work.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What about you? What's been the toughest technique thing that you've been doing? Tough.
Probably the blending and getting the metallics to look okay.
Yeah. I think they're really clean looking. I think white is such a daunting thing for me to do. What's been your way of going about it? Is it a greying up?
Sometimes I start with a gray, and I've tried a new technique of actually painting in the shadows with like a purple color and building down the shadows.
I did try a new technique on mine too. If you guys have seen like Fear GFX, zenithal highlighting, whichever, what I did instead of actually going over with the colors with the zenithal highlighting, what I did was I base coated black, and then I did the zenithal highlighting first with, the gray and the white, and then add the color at the end, where it's basically after I put the actual color I wanted, it actually does it for me. I guess it's kind of like the pre-shading and pre-highlighting method, and it's been working wonders with the cape, and I'm like, okay, I guess this works.
It's too bad we can't see the back.
Yeah,
of
the
them.
glare.
I wish there was a mirror so you could see the back of them.
Yeah, that might be something that we should mention to them later on. So while I've got you both here and you are both part of the consortium, brief explanation of your channel.
It's a vlog of just kind of what projects I'm working on. So like
You do a lot of projects.
Road to Adepticon!
Road to Adepticon has been like a
How many
3-month
videos?
long, 32 videos. So like one video every couple days.
You have a lovely voice.
Thank
So
you.
when I watch them, I'm just like, what a lovely sound. and yours?
Well, my channel's Voices of Mars. Mainly, I'm known for the budget stuff. I'm the cheap Asian guy. I do paintings as well, but a new series is gonna come up soon. Actually, I'm gonna do a series of uncomfortable painting tutorials.
Why uncomfortable?
Because I'll be painting eyes, skin.
I do feel uncomfortable.
I'm gonna attempt
Yellow.
non-metallic metal. Even
Try
airbrushing. Yeah, do white or highlighting white and darkening black, basically. All the ones that people don't really want to do, but somehow if you want to level up your painting skill, you kind of have to do it. So I'm going to attempt on those tutorials, and hopefully people learn something from it. I don't, like, I'm trying slowly to get rid of that cheap Asian guy
But
persona.
didn't you start off with that? Like,
I know, but
you like cemented yourself in a stereotype.
like Chung mentioned that I'm gonna build a Thunderhawk from cardboard, so I feel I'm like, I don't think I can do that.
Nice. So, okay, we're all in Adepticon together. We've primarily been hanging out pretty much every day, as well as these two guys of Eric and Jay.
Jay and Eric.
So, I mean, how have you found meeting everyone? Because we've never met before, but I've not even properly spoken to you before Adepticon, and you briefly here and there.
We spoke kind of like mostly. It's like a text tag basically.
Yeah, like towards the end as well.
Because
like,
I can see you, but you can't see me.
Yeah. So, I mean, how have you found meeting all of the new people? We've had Miranda as well, from quite far away. Who do you love?
For me, it felt like, I think the whole interweb thing is, it's like we've known each other for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like we greeted each other with a hug like we haven't seen in 10 years.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really good. And taking that screen off, because every day we see each other at Google Hangout with most of the other people, like Van Hammer and engineer Jeff, Les especially. I talked to Les more than my wife. So it's kind of bad.
Yeah, that's true.
So
really
it was
enjoyed
really fun for me.
Yeah, I have. I've loved every minute of it. Meeting everyone, especially you two. Don't drop that again. The light was dropped earlier on. It was a funny moment, and I might leave it in here so you can see it. But yeah, thanks for talking to me. Let's go harass some more people, shall we? So there we go. There's the majority of the interviews that I had done. There's a couple from Mario as well in there, just so you can see what we were all getting up to. I also had a few interviews. I did a few interviews for other channels, podcasts, vlogs, blogs. So you can see that. I'll put the links to some of the other ones that I was in down below. So we go pretty much into all of the spaces and we have a wander around. And then I see, as I interviewed her, Shannon and Tara in their full get-up. Now Tara walked past me and she's like, "Oh, couldn't wear that all day." And I was like, "Can I wear it for a bit? Can I have that like for about half hour? That'll be funny. Can I wear it?" She was like, "Yeah, if you want." So she goes upstairs, she gets the bag of stuff, and she was like, "See you in a bit. Come back over to the booth and show us what you look like." And Tara from the Blue Table Painting, she's a tiny lady. She's diddy in every way. She's very dainty. So I'm in the ladies, hoisting on this corset thing that's not like a over the chest corset. It's like under. So I'm like, and it's at the front, which is all very confusing. So I'm like, okay, how do I get this on and not look like it's bursting at the seams? I didn't quite manage it. It was obviously small for me. So I got in this outfit, and then Shannon walks past and she's like, "Ah, my God!" And then we have a whole ensemble of people taking pictures. So I've got a bit of a picture montage of a few of the people that were like, "Do you mind? Do you mind?" And I reckon I've got a bit of a Xena thing going on, whereas Shannon looks a bit more like steampunky. I think I look a bit Xena with the shoulder, and it was really funny. So I'm walking around for about an hour tops, downstairs in like this odd situation, and it's, it did make me chuckle. So yeah, that was pretty much me. Then I went upstairs. I was like, I've got to take this off now. I've got to take it off. And it's nearing to the end of the day. So, I mean, I've done my interviews. I've done lots of them, walked around. I've looked in the halls and stuff. And unfortunately, because of the scale of the event, I can't fully document every game system, every tournament. There's so many going on simultaneously. So many results and stuff. I pretty much think, well, I'm going to interview as many people as I can. I'm going to talk about my whole experience, and that's pretty much my general thoughts on what I was going to make as a video. So I try and get as much footage of the whole thing as possible. So as humanly possible, I might add.
So yeah, I've got a lot of interviews done, a lot, and just did loads in general. So it's drawing near the end of the day. I take off the costume, I put on some normal people clothes. I think I even put on like a bit of a lazy jumper hat situation. And then we all decide again to go out in a bigger group of like 18 of us to Giordano's.
Oh, yeah. He's secure.
That's where you gotta get clever.
I knew Sean would love this.
Where are you?
He's like, oh, just wait till I show this to everyone.
Oh my God, New Mexico? You're kidding me!
No.
Did you go through the insanity that they're in BTV went through?
Exactly.
No, but we drove and got stuck in Wyoming for 32 hours. Right,
See, that,
yeah, they had the insane old...
That does suck. We just drove through the rain.
Make sure
Oh, you lucked out.
gotta make sure the standing up.
We were chased by a tornado and then never
Yeah,
that's right.
That's right.
Sir, we noticed you stood up by yourself.
Wherever it is. Right.
So the pizza was awesome. It was upside down pizza. Basically, a deep dish Chicago style pizza is a dough bowl, really thick, like a pie, just a pie, with and it's upside down. So you've got like sausage or topping, cheese, tomato. That's it. Upside down pizza. It's really strange. It was so filling to the point that everyone I spoke to, including myself, ended up having a slice and being like, done, can't eat anymore. It's so dense and thick, and the cheese is just, it's like 80% cheese. It's amazing. I tried my first root beer ever, so everyone was kind of like sat at the table, and I think the brand was Mud, something like that. And some like we were all like, "You've never had root beer before?" I was like, "No, it's not. They don't do it in England." And the best way I can describe it is like a dandelion and burdock, yet less like strong and dark and more vanilla-y. Yep, that's it. It's really nice, but very like, because you assume it's kind of like a, I don't know, the beer factor is really strange. A root beer, I can't properly describe it to its justice, but it's got like a tutti fruity vanilla aftertaste to it. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. So we had our meal, we drove back, and then me and Miranda decide like, let's have a Malifaux game. So we've had some food, we've had some beverages, and then we get our Malifaux game on. So we have a Malifaux game with me and Miranda. I've not got any footage of the actual game because that's on her channel. What I do have with me and Miranda is for tomorrow's video. We played a War Machine game on the Friday, so I have some footage of that. And yeah, so I'll put a little bit of an interview that we had, which will also be on her channel. But I figure I'll leave it to her to do like a proper battle report as such, where I'm, I warn you, a little disorientated from the hectic jet lag days that I've been, having at Adepticon. So forgive my spaciness, but I am a bit more like on the ball in our War Machine game, which I've never played before, which was kind of funny. But yeah, so we have our Malifaux game. We end up having a draw of sorts because it's an objective-based game as opposed to a kill points kind of a thing. So she does shoot Lady J completely in the face, and she did. Completely dead. So I've got no more models on the table, but I do have more like bases. I've captured more objectives. So I did all right. So I could have like done a lot worse, I imagine, in the state that I was in. But I've had a pretty fun-filled day. So I've been with a giant crew, interviewed lots of new people, vendors, game systems. Had a look around some of the rooms. Again, there are some like podcasts and stuff that I know of that are focused a little bit more on the game systems itself. So go to the Bad Dice, which I'll link below, for some Warhammer Fantasy, like quite extensive coverage on that. And if I find any 40k stuff, I'll post that again down below. But oddly enough, this weekend I kind of focused on Malifaux and War Machine, which I was not anticipating. I would have liked to have played in a fantasy tournament, but again, did not want to take all of my miniatures overseas. So yeah, and hadn't registered to play anything. But it was a brilliant day. It was jam-packed as well, so it was a lot busier than the Friday. Everywhere was busy, everywhere was heaving, so you can imagine that it was difficult to get that kind of footage as is. The problem that I found, like talking from a YouTube perspective, is that stuff like sound. You know, I had a boom mic when I was with the crew. Like Jay, bless him, was like, oh my god, holding this mic so we could get some sound properly, and his arms were dying. But it is really difficult to get stuff done with just the volume of people and the noise and stuff. So I do commend quite a few of the other YouTubers that have done interviews with me, and they've gone really well. The sound is all fine. And yeah, just really nice. So there are some links, as I say, to interviews that I have had of other channels down below. I've liked a few as well, so maybe you've got that on your subscription feed. If you haven't subscribed, why? Go do it. But yeah, so tomorrow is the Sunday, and I'm going to be talking about Sunday, so it's going to be War Machine, an interview of it's an interview, me filming an interview of an interview. It's all really crazy, but that happened. And just some general fun stuff. So yeah, we're kind of like dying down back after the day, but it's been really productive so far. I mean, I've predominantly been there as a networky kind of friend making and just hanging around, so there's not anything specific that I focused on, but I did want to get quite a few interviews done, and I think I was successful in my task. So yeah, comments down below. This will be added to the playlist, so if you want to watch them all, it is on there. Just have a look on the playlist section, and it will be under Adepticon. So like if you like this, subscribe if you want to, and Sunday will be tomorrow, where I talk about the Sunday. See you then. Bye.
Best thing ever. So Engineer Dan apparently was recording our hijinks.
Oh, really?
You know, yeah. Is that bad? Was he not supposed to do that?
No, that's really funny.
Oh, okay.
It just, every time you manage to completely catch me by surprise in some obscure fashion, like you creep in.
I realized that I was like, oh, let's do a pose where we're fighting.
Yeah.
But you weren't doing it. So in the pictures, it looks like I'm just threatening you, and I'm just like, I'm not a violent man. You know? And